Okay, so today, let's take a deep dive into something pretty cool. OpenAI's GPT 4.5. It's not officially released yet, but the rumors are flying around. We've got some articles that hint at what might be coming, kind of like putting a puzzle together,
Yeah.
an AI puzzle. So by the end of this deep dive, you'll have a pretty good idea about GPT 4.5 and why it all matters in this crazy world of AI that seems to be changing every single day.
Yeah, and it's interesting, you know where all this buzz started. It came from a pretty unexpected place, the ChatGPT Android app. Some users actually spotted an ad that teased a GPT 4.5 research preview, specifically for pro users.
Ah, so it was hiding in plain sight. So even though it's not active yet, that's a pretty good sign that a launch is coming soon, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And all of this is happening while there's this,
Mm.
huge competition in the AI world. It's like an arms race.
Yeah.
With companies like Google and Anthropic, they're putting out these powerful models, really pushing the limits of what AI can do.
So OpenAI is kind of dropping these hints about GPT 4.5 to stay ahead of the game. But what do we actually know so far about this GPT 4.5?
Well, the details are still pretty hush-hush, but it's probably safe to say that it's going to be even more powerful than GPT-4. What's interesting is that OpenAI seems to be changing how they name things,
Mm.
moving away from the GPT-4,
Mm.
with the O and the O1 and all that, and just calling them GPT 4.5 and GPT-5.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems like they're trying to make AI easier to understand for regular people. Why?
Yeah.
You know, getting rid of all that jargon. But do you think simplifying the names could also be a way to signal a change in their pricing? I mean, some competitors are offering very similar AI, but much cheaper. Could this force OpenAI to reconsider how much they charge?
That's a really good question. DeepSeek, for example, they made a big splash with their R1 model, offering a lot of the same things as OpenAI's O1 model, but at a much lower price. If this keeps happening, OpenAI might have to think about offering more competitive prices, maybe even different plans to fit different users and budgets.
And what about how this affects the user experience? There are some hints that OpenAI is simplifying its interface, combining features like deep search and canvas and image stuff into a single file selector, which sounds pretty user-friendly. But are they sacrificing control and flexibility just to make it simpler?
That's definitely
Yeah.
something to think about. A simple interface is good for accessibility, but yeah, power users might want more control. It's a tough balance for OpenAI to figure out.
Definitely a balancing act. Speaking of balancing acts, how is OpenAI handling the ethical side of a more powerful GPT 4.5? Could this be used in the wrong way to create even more convincing fake news?
Yeah, that's a big question, one that OpenAI will need to address. As these models get more advanced, it's easier to misuse them. We've already seen how AI can be used to create fake news and, manipulate people.
Right.
With GPT 4.5, these worries will only get bigger.
So even though there's a lot of excitement about GPT 4.5, there are a lot of questions too. Will it live up to the hype? How will it compare to its competition? And probably most importantly, how will OpenAI deal with the ethical challenges of releasing something this powerful?
Exactly. It's a really fascinating time to be following AI. All this innovation is amazing, but we also have to think carefully about how it affects society.
Absolutely. So with that in mind, let's talk about another development, the upgrades to OpenAI's deep research mode, which used to be only for pro users, but it looks like it's getting a major makeover.
Yeah, the input field is different now. It asks users to give their sources, highlight what's important, and even upload files. It seems like OpenAI is going beyond just simple queries to something much more in-depth. It's almost like they want users to think more carefully and be more intentional with their research to get better results from the AI.
That's really interesting. So how does this fit into the competitive landscape we talked about before?
This could be OpenAI's way of standing out and staying ahead of the competition. While some are focused on lower prices, OpenAI seems to be focusing on better research.
So it's not just about being cheaper, but about offering a more insightful experience, especially with companies like Anthropic making progress with their Claude model. They just came out with a big update, 3.7 Sonnet, and a new tool called Claude Code, so they're definitely not giving up.
Right. This competition is driving innovation like crazy. And while we don't have the data yet to compare GPT 4.5 to its rivals, these deep research improvements show that OpenAI is serious about making a powerful research tool.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit and talk about another interesting thing happening in AI. OpenAI's O3 mini model. This model is supposed to be powerful, but also affordable. What's the thinking behind that?
I think releasing the O3 mini model
Mm.
is a way for OpenAI to meet the demand for affordable AI. Not everyone needs or can afford the most advanced models.
So it's a way to reach more people and organizations, making AI more accessible. But if they focus so much on being affordable, how will OpenAI keep its reputation for cutting-edge technology?
Yeah, it's a tricky balance. They have to appeal to a wider audience while still innovating, basically trying to serve two different markets.
It's like they're recognizing that the future of AI isn't just about having the most powerful models, but also about tailoring solutions to fit needs and budgets. But doesn't this risk hurting their own premium offerings?
It's a risk they're taking. And it shows that they understand how fast the AI world is changing. Remember, AI is becoming more accessible to everyone. Tools that used to be only for research labs are now available to almost anyone.
So by offering a more affordable option like O3 Mini, OpenAI can stay competitive.
Exactly. They're realizing that the future of AI is not only about making the most powerful models, but making those models available to more people.
This brings us back to GPT 4.5. While we're waiting for performance data, all these moves by OpenAI, from simpler names to a new interface, and introducing O3 Mini, show a company that's adapting to the changing AI market.
For sure. And it's not just OpenAI. The whole AI landscape is changing rapidly. New companies are coming up, prices are changing, and AI is becoming more accessible faster than ever.
It's an exciting time to follow all this, but it also raises important questions about the future of AI. How will this affect the balance of power? How will it impact our lives in both good and bad ways?
These are questions we'll keep exploring as we learn more about GPT 4.5 and the broader AI revolution. But for now, let's focus on some specific features that are rumored to be part of this new model.
Yeah, let's get into those rumors. So we've talked about the competition and OpenAI's moves and the potential impact of GPT 4.5. But what about the actual features? What are people saying about what this thing can do?
Well, one of the most exciting rumors is that it can create visual content. Imagine giving GPT 4.5 a written prompt, and it generates not just text, but images, videos, even interactive 3D models.
Whoa, that would be a game changer, like having a whole creative studio right there on your computer. But wouldn't that need a huge jump in processing power in AI?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It would need major advancements in multimodal AI, where one model can understand and create different types of content, but if OpenAI can actually do it, it could completely change content creation.
Yeah, imagine the possibilities. From marketing and advertising to education and entertainment, so many possibilities. But
Yeah.
it also brings up some interesting questions about copyright and ownership. If an AI makes something, who owns the rights to it?
Yeah, that's a tricky area. Legally and ethically, as AI gets better at being creative, we'll need new rules and laws.
It's like we're entering a whole new world, technologically and legally. And speaking of new things, there are rumors about GPT 4.5 being better at reasoning and problem solving. What's the deal with that?
While some people think GPT 4.5 could solve really complex puzzles, do advanced math, even write code in different programming languages.
So it's not just about creating things, it's also a powerful tool for solving problems. That's pretty amazing. But I can also see how this could make people worry about losing jobs. If AI can code write and design, what happens to the human workforce?
Yeah, that's a valid concern. And we need to be prepared for it. As AI starts doing more tasks, we need to focus on helping people learn new skills so they can work with AI instead of being replaced by it.
It's about finding that balance between human creativity and AI's analytical abilities. But all these features and rumors are just speculation until we see GPT 4.5 in action.
Yeah, right. We'll have to wait and see how it performs. Will it meet expectations?
But one thing's for sure, the AI world is moving incredibly fast.
Yeah.
And OpenAI's GPT 4.5 is just one part of it.
Yeah, it's like a big puzzle that we're all trying to figure out together. As AI keeps developing, it's important to stay informed, have these discussions, and think about the bigger picture.
Absolutely. We need to think about the ethical implications, the potential benefits, and the risks. It's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it.
Exactly. That's what we want you to take away from this. Stay curious, stay engaged, and be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
The future of AI is being shaped now, and we all have a role to play in making sure it benefits everyone.
Well said. And that wraps up our deep dive into GPT 4.5. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the fascinating world of AI. Until then, stay curious.